Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hold on 1 second. Let me put my Bluetooth on right quick. All right. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Hope everybody's good. Today is 5/14/2025. And this is Old Head Podcast. Shout out to everybody once again. It's 2:18 out here in the Pacific Northwest. And we're just going to have a little bit of show here today. Salute to everybody. Salute, salute, salute. Salute, Matt. Salute. Salute, E. All right, we about to go ahead and just break it on down. The Pacers eliminated the Cleveland Cavaliers 114-105, and OKC, despite a big night from Jokic, 112-105. I'm just going to give this quick thing. I'm still waiting on everybody to come on in. You know what I mean? I know Ron Thomas here. Salute to my boy. You know, I'm just going to give my analysis. Hey, I can't hate on the Pacers, man. I can't. They playing good ball, and they've been peaking at the right time. Playing it, you always want to play your best basketball towards the end of the season. That's high school. That's especially in college, the NBA. You know, any professional sport, you always want to play your best, in my opinion. So they have been playing good, and they eliminated the Cleveland Cavaliers. I did watch the press conference down. It says fuel and all this and everything, and they put out his whole portfolio, said that he ain't never got out, you know. But I just didn't like it. I said it yesterday. I didn't like how they ended the season. The end of the season, they were 6-4, if I ain't mistaken. The last 10 games, a lot of players was resting and everything like that, and it just came out. It just came out to bite them, you know. And James made a good point yesterday. He was like, shout out to my boy, I know your boy. He made a great point yesterday. He was like, they could have rested against Miami. They didn't need all of them for Miami. But hey, they home. We're gonna see what it's gonna look like next year. Can't blame Bernie Bickerstaff this year. You know, so you can't blame them at all. And I'm just gonna go to the box scores right quick. Halliburton was 10 of 15, 6 of 10 from three, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds, 8 assists. He had 1 steal, 1 block. He did have 4 turnovers. He had 31. He was a plus 27. Nembhard had 18, 7 of 11, 3 of 6 from 3. Made his only foul shot. He had 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. He had 2 turnovers. Man, that's all right. He had 18. Pascal Siakam was 8 of 20, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And Neesmith was 5 of 14, 1 of 7 for 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He had 13 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He was a plus 17. Pascal was a plus 10. They shot 50%, 41-82, 15-35 from 3, 42.9%, 17-22 from the foul line. They had 5 offensive rebounds, 42 defensive rebounds, total 47, 26 assists, 8 steals. They had 8 blocks. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Miles Turner. He was 8 of 20, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. No, he had 4 blocks. Yeah, he had 4 blocks. No, he was 3 of 7, 1. Miles Turner, that was Pascal Siakam, read it. I'm sorry. Miles Turner was 3 of 7, 1 of 2 from the 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 7 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. He had 4 blocks. He was a plus 12. As for Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell was 8 of 25, 4 of 13 for 3, 15 of 21 from the foul line. He missed 3 crucial free throws at the end of the game. Cause y'all remember, they end up, getting a steal, and then, he made it 3 that would have tied the game. But if it could have, he had 9 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, 1 block. He was a -3. And Evan Mobley was 8 of 12, 1 of 2 for 3-point land, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. No, 5 offensive rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. He was a -14. Max Strus, a donut, 0 of 9, 0 of 6 from 3. 7 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 assists. He was a -3. Darius Garland, 4 of 16, 0 of 6 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers. He was a -18. They shot 38.9%, 35 of 90. They was 9 of 35, 25.7%. They was 26 of 37 from the foul line, which is 7.3%. They had 15 offensive rebounds, 31 defensive rebounds, 46 total. They only had 10 assists, a lot of ISO. And they had 8 steals, and they had 3 blocks. In OKC, they beat Denver, and they still don't want to give OKC their credit. I just don't understand. They do it to these small markets. But at the same time, I've been saying this. I was like, why not? Cannot be their time? You know what I'm saying? Like, the West is wide open. All right, let's see here. Okay. I think this series might go 7 games. This might be the only semifinals that go 7 games. But I still think OKC is going to win it. I don't know why I think so. You can tell the media. That's why I watch these shows. I watch them just to see what they be talking about. They still don't want to give OKC no kind of credit. We know y'all like Jokic and everything. Yeah, he's a bad dude. He put a lot of numbers last night. But this is the only era that they blame the role players. They literally just blame the role players on national TV today. And that's why people like me watch your show and I critique it, and it's pure garbage. And y'all the one that said that. Anyway, Shea Gilgeous had 31. He was 12 of 23. 1 of 3 from 3. Made all 6 of his foul shots. He had 6 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He did have 5 turnovers. He was a +8. OKC had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 6 players in double figures. Jalen Williams was 5 of 14, 2 of 5 from 3, 6 of 8 from the foul line, 9 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. He had 18. He was a +12. Shea was a +8. And then you got Hardenstein was 7 of 10, 1 of 1 from the line. He had 7 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He had 15. He was a +2. Chet Holmgren was 6 of 9, 1 of 2 for 3, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. 8 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 turnover. He was a +13. It was a 41 of 82 from the field, 12 of 29 from 3, 18 of 23 from the free throw line, 78.3%. They had 8 offensive rebounds, 35 defensive rebounds, 43 total. They had 23 assists, 7 steals, 6. They had 6 blocks, and they had 14 turnovers. Nuggets had 15 turnovers as a team. Jokic was 17 of 25, 5 of 7 from the 3, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He had 15 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He was a -8. He did have 2 turnovers. And then Jamal Murray was 10 of 27, 3 of 13 from 3. Made all 5 of his foul shots. He had 4 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 4 turnovers. He was a -5. Aaron Gordon was 6 of 13, 1 of 5 from 3, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. He had 13. He was 0. Michael Porter was 1 of 7, 0 of 5 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 is an offensive rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Yep, and let me just finish this right quick. And then I find it very interesting too. Y'all want to kill Westbrook today too. I can't
salute y'all.
I can't stand y'all. Wimby, you really gonna try to kill Russell Westbrook? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody don't respect that. Bro. Man, dude, I was sitting and then they were talking about, oh, you can't blame Jokic. Yeah, we can blame Jokic. He don't play no defense, but he's the best. How is a best player just play one side of the basketball? That is dumb for him. The only time you ever heard this crap is in this era.
I mean, we got the same mentality. E, you feel me? We stand on business with that. You feel me? But I ain't going front though. I will give Jokic the benefit of the doubt because where he's terrible defensively, that bitch such a monster on the boards. Like, you feel me? Like, it's like, well, damn, he can't play defense, but that bitch will go hit the boards. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, he will exert some energy other than, either trying to dime somebody. The bitch will go. So I give him I look at him like, well, damn, at least he exerts energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't front. Listen. Unlike our boy Luka, you feel me? Who
the same, bro. Everything is offensive about these Euro players in the NBA.
I think he get credit for, like, I don't even know how to put it, bro. Like, how is it like when what we call it in basketball when it's like you get a lot of easy stats where it's like oh damn, the ball just bounced right to that nigga because it came back on the long three. You feel me? It ain't like Luka down there banging, getting 7 boards like that. You feel me?
Right.
It's like
Curry is a better offensive rebound than Luka.
Like he definitely give better effort. Just Luka physical dimensions being 6'7", 2. Nah, that bitch about 260, 265. Ain't nobody gonna tell me no different. But it's his lack of effort that kills me with him. And you know what I mean? I don't know about you, bro, but that's what it is with me. It's like it's his lack of effort that kills me. Like, bitch, even if you ain't got the gene and you can't keep up with these niggas, shit, find a way to do what Larry Bird did. Well, I know I ain't as fast as him. I can't jump as high as him. I ain't as quick as him. So let me play these angles. You feel me? Let me master this game so I know where he going, trying to get to a spot, and maybe I could beat him there.
But he's not paid to do that, though, bro. You have to understand these Euro players are only paid to provide an offensive. How do I want to put it? They're only paid to provide entertainment from an offensive standpoint for the fans, bro, and the NBA world and the media. Think about it. They don't come over here on no, I'm gonna lock you up. Everything is straight offense, bro. Period.
Hey, think about it. You got your few in between who was like that. Like when, Ginobili played both ends. We know Drazen Petrovic played both ends. Dudes like Andre Karolinko, you feel me?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Marcelonis who played both ends. But you got to think
guess
about
what? Those guys wasn't even looked at. They wasn't promoted like that. Because they were playing both ends of the court, they didn't promote that because back then, bro, it wasn't their time. I would say Euro players, they were just role players. Now the Euro players are the superstars and the faces of the league. So it's different.
Right. Think about this, bro, and it'll make a lot of sense to you. The NBA, by the rules they play by, the way they play the game, the way they modified the game, and that they gearing for that more offense. They want 140, 150 games for a shootout. They don't want nobody out there playing defense. You feel me? They don't want that.
Right.
They don't want that. That's why they're gonna push for niggas like Luka. Niggas like Jokic, you feel me?
Yeah.
At least Giannis will play both ways, you feel me?
Yeah, and even him, his defense is starting to become obsolete now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just because you have to understand this shit is built into contracts, bro. They advise them niggas, I don't want you playing both sides of the ball. I just want you to strictly be a threat offensively. Right. Bro, believe it or not, they tell these niggas that because you can't get me to believe that these niggas just not invested in trying to win. And the only way you can win is playing both ends of the court, bro.
Listen, on contrary to what you believe, you remember how we was having our dialogue yesterday, bro? Mm-hmm. That's exactly the point that I was trying to make. You feel me?
Right.
We don't give a damn what you good at.
Right.
We need you to do this.
We need you to do this. Yeah, that part. Yeah.
And that's what we're going to pay you to do.
Right. And we're going to surround you with defenders to kind of like blanket your non-defensive attributes.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't always work out, though. It doesn't always result to winning, I would say.
No, but you got to think about it, bro. We came up in the era, man, we take shit personal. Bitch, you not about to get out on the court and kill me tonight. I don't give a fuck. Would you, bitch? I'll dump you on your head before I let you do that. You feel me? We took the challenge, even though we knew we wasn't up for the challenge. You didn't see niggas backing down from Michael Jordan. You feel me?
Hell no. No player didn't back down for nobody.
They respected the young guy. You feel me?
Right.
But you didn't have people, they like Vernon Maxwell said, man, shit, man, I know I'm going to have a headache tomorrow. I got to guard Black Jesus. God damn, man. But you know what? Man, the fuck up, nigga. That just mean I got to go to sleep early tonight. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you on that one, though.
And that's the
But I mean,
difference.
shit, the Joker. This was really the Joker's best game of the whole playoffs. This is his first really complete game offensively for the whole playoffs, bro. Like as far as efficient, like his rhythm, his timing, his comfortability, everything.
And I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I'm watching that game yesterday, and when I seen him up by 11, I said, "Oh shit, Jokic got a chance to get him another chip this year."
That's what I said. I said the same thing.
Steadfast, you feel me? But that out of all people, and I keep telling you, I said, "Yo, did y'all watch the game?" Yeah, Jay did this. I said, "Bitch, Lou Dort won that game for him." I
Lou Dort and Shea. Lou Dort, Shea, and Jalen Williams at the end of the game, they hit big shots and made some good plays defensively.
Listen, Shea did his heavy lifting. Shea always do his heavy lifting. You feel me?
Right.
You could pencil that in. You know Shea gonna get his. Somehow,
but Shea's been like the Joker this year. He haven't really had like an MVP playoff moment. He's been shooting a lower percentage than he did in the regular season. He hasn't really been in one of them type of zones, I would say, from regular season to the playoffs. Like, just like the Joker. Just like the Joker.
This is second time in I said this yesterday. He's learning. All these players are learning.
You got to think about it.
Last year, they lost last year, right?
Yeah.
So I think he's learning. I think, and then once I picked him to beat Denver. Go ahead, Ron.
No, but and another thing about this too, you feel me? And this go to show you what niggas really be in the gym, because once you in the playoffs and the team is playing your team for 7 times, hopefully, like the other team is gonna take away what you do best. So now you got to show us how deep your bag is. Okay, y'all gonna take that away, but guess what? I'm gonna come back with this and I'm gonna still do you dirty. Right. You feel me? Like they know, oh, you ain't getting to that elbow. Oh, we know, we already know. Anytime you come here, we're gonna collapse down, da-da-da-da. This the plan against them the whole playoff. Thus his numbers being lower. You feel me? Now, what he got to do is find a way to be, once they hit that counter, and like, you know how they say, yo, Cole had a first move, a counter, and then a counter off of that, and then a counter off of that. Now we about to see how deep niggas' bags is. Like Jokic yesterday, he showed niggas how deep his bag was. Yo, listen, y'all been doubling me, y'all been doing all this and that, y'all been happy. But watch this. Game on the line, watch this. Watch what I go to. Where you seeing Jokic at? In that motherfucking paint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck all that shooting threes and all that shit. And I'm gonna tell you, as much as Lou Dort won that game for OKC, like as far as being like when they was down 11 and they needed to get back in that game, when it looked like Denver was about to blow that bitch open, but Denver didn't score. It was like 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Denver didn't score. They went like 7 minutes and 30 seconds without scoring and was up 11. Yeah. And Lou Dort hit them 3 threes in a row and brought it back to 2. 3, stop. And then they took a timeout when it was down by 2. I said, oh, shit. I said, OKC in the building.
Yeah. And then what happened? OKC gets another stop coming out of that timeout from Denver. And then they eventually tie the game because what happened? What's the name threw that? He saved it. Lou Dort made a great hustle play.
Absolutely.
He saved the ball to, I think, Jalen Williams, and Jalen Williams threw it to Chet up top. Oh no, Jalen Williams threw it to or somebody threw it to Shea, and then Shea gave it to Chet down low, and Chet got the layup to tie.
Off of that Lou Dort.
Off of that Lou Dort hustle. Everything was Lou Dort. And you know what? People might say, let's just say you put Lou Dort on the Clippers. Do you think the Clippers win? Because a lot of players, there are similar players to Lou Dort across the league as far as they know their role and they're going to do that role to the best of their abilities. But guess what? That's where coaching comes along, because guess what? Coaching wasn't encouraging Chris Brown to keep playing and to shoot when you open and be confident in your shot. They took him out the game when he missed one shot. And that's the same thing Steve Kerr does to his young players. You cannot treat professional basketball players as if they cannot be an asset and help your team. OKC is a great team and an organization
That's a
because they
fact.
rely on every single player
Each
on the roster. It don't matter who you put in that game. The coaches give them the utmost confidence to go out there and play how they know how to play. Everyone has a set of skills. In the NBA, everybody can do a particular thing really, really well, like versus other players.
I ain't even
You
going
feel me?
front. Every team need a Lou Dort, and I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all about the only team that really have one. Cause I said, man, that nigga's the new version of Draymond Green, bro.
Yeah.
I said
And
that
he's only
nigga
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, you know,
He's
you
short.
know, not exactly Draymond, but
Right.
that bitch played because Draymond what 6'6"?
He's like GP2. He's just like GP2, bro. Period.
Draymond 6'6", but Draymond down in the paint and shit. Draymond play like he's 7 feet. You feel me?
Every team has a Lou Dort, a GP2, or Draymond Green, but it's all on how you build them up to be great within their specific role.
And what I like about
If you
Lou
try to
Dort,
put them in a box, you can't do that to the players.
what I like about Lou Dort a little bit more because I love Gary Payton II. You feel me? Just because he a dog. I just love him just because he a dog. But what I like about Lou Dort, that bitch showed yesterday, bitch, I can shoot this hoe. Don't think I won't throw this thing in that
Dort
bitch
can
from
shoot.
back here.
And Lou Dort wasn't
got
really
better
a
every
shooter
year.
like that in college, bro. He was
Yeah.
more
He
like
wasn't.
a slasher. Like, you feel me? He wasn't really
was a
like that,
slasher.
like a
Yup.
shooter. But
Arizona
he
State.
said, if I want to stick in this league, I got to turn into a Bruce Bowen type player. Hey, I'm not mad at any player that like, if you want to say, you know what, even though I feel like I might be able to do stuff off the dribble, but check this out, I'm gonna master this right here so I can stick in the league and win and have value and impact and get paid. Sometimes you got to do that, bro. Sacrifice. It's all sacrifice.
Low key, yo, that nigga taking the Tucker route. You feel me? Bitch, by the time I finish with the PJ Tucker route, bitch, by the time I finish with this, bitch, I'm gonna made 200 something million. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play 16,
Tucker got a
17
championship
years.
with Milwaukee. So.
Right, and niggas gonna let me on their team later on their career just because I'm gonna be the example of what they need. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
So like I can see Lou Dort playing in this league like just off the energy he got for 15 years, providing he don't catch a serious injury. You feel me?
Yeah, and if he wants to, he can become that vet to the next player that inspires
That's
to be
what I
just
mean.
like him. You feel me?
It's year 12, and we the GM. It's year 12, but we see we can get Lou Dort for a bi-level exception. You feel me? Man, bring that dude in.
Go get him
that dude
quick.
Bro, I don't give a fuck if he the 11th man on the rotation. I need him in the locker room. He about to show these niggas how to work.
You need him in the locker room. Yep.
You feel me?
So eventually Lou Dort is going to turn into that player that's going to be on someone's coaching staff that sits behind the coaching staff. You know how they got a plethora of staff development and player personnel and player personnel development and all that, like, you know what I'm saying, on every team who used to play in the league. And I'd be like, oh, he really didn't play that much, but you know what I'm saying, he was good. He was a good person to have around the team because of his high value character. And you know what I'm saying?
Think about this, right? He could come to the certain mindset, man, I ain't never gonna be a superstar, but I'm gonna be the player that every team in this league say, yo, we need that. If this nigga's available, go get him. We got to go get him. You feel me? He not the star, but we got to go get him if he's available. Yeah. He brings too many intangibles to the team.
Big facts.
So shout out to Lou Dort, man. I know he don't get a lot of love and all that, but Lou Dort, I watched that game. He won that game for OKC yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Word. But I'm just thinking, and I ain't going front. I got to shout out my boy Miles Turner too, man, because I ain't going front, bro. I had a 9-leg parlay yesterday, and I took this nigga for 8.5. You feel me?
8.5 what points?
8.5 points, right?
Oh, that's easy, nigga.
And the nigga only ended up with 10, bro. And
it don't matter.
Listen, that's why I took it.
When he hit the three. He hit that three late.
With 21 seconds left. And got me my bread, Joe.
Bro, you hit a 9-leg parlay, bro?
That's a fact.
So how much was that? If you don't mind me asking.
2,700.
Nigga, why you didn't give it to me yesterday? This nigga don't be hating on the bread, bro.
Hey yo, I swear to God, hey yo, and ask me how much I put down.
20.
I put down $35, and I use my profit booster, bro.
That's good shit, bro. Hold on, what was you on? Which account? What was you on?
The FanDuel, right? And yo, the motherfuckers so
FanDuel,
bad.
Okay.
They ain't even released my money yet, right? They ain't even
they be hating.
money.
I be hating that shit, but they be
I
hating.
said, oh, they gonna make sure I got every one of these motherfuckers, huh? I mean, but
they gonna count their shit daily. They gonna count. They gonna go to each one and try to verify each one daily.
Ah, man, I swear to God, if I had your number, I'll show you the slip that I won on, bro. Like
that's a nice hit, though, bro.
I swear to God, bro. Swear to God.
They was hating on me, though. Prize Picks been hating on me, bro. I ran hitters for like the last 3 days in a row, and they won't even allow me to put my plays in, bro. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers.
Hey, yo, and it's funny too, right? Right? Because I done got my wife like she is all sports fanatic. You feel me? Ever since we got together, she know I coach football, so she got into football. She done got into basketball. You feel me? Like, but she love it. She love the competitive. Now I put her on to this shit about a year and a half ago. I put her on the FanDuel. You feel me? Showed her a little way how I bet this and that, da. So now every bet used to come through me. Babe, what you think about this? I'd be like, nah, change this or change that. And she hit her little money and shit, right?
Yeah.
But now a year and a half done went by, right?
She done mastered the shit.
Man, she in the FanDuel group on Facebook. I ain't got no Facebook or nothing, right? So listen. So now to where I used to advise her on her slips, and when she hit,
telling you who to play now.
No, listen, she come and break Papa off. You feel me, huh, babe? This, da. We hit, da. Man, it got to the point, man. I don't see a red cent from this woman now. Hey yo, and I'm talking about last week, bro.
Oh yeah.
Listen, last week on God, my wife won. She won 5,200. She won like 32 on one. But this week they've been tearing her ass up, right?
She been giving that shit back little by little, huh?
Well, she done gave back about because she knows she's smart like me. She rather take a 8-leg parlay, bet small, and have a chance to win big. You feel me? So they done accumulated. They done took about 800-900 back from her out of that 5,200, right? So she tight. She tight. She ain't one. I
know how that feeling is, bro. You're like, I'm not finna. I quit. Y'all ain't finna get on this back.
But this what I tell her. I be like, I say, but damn, now it's this shit rigged and this and that. I said, but you wasn't saying that when you was up on these crackers.
Yeah, that's how this shit go, bro. All of it's rigged. You just gotta find out which one is rigged.
I'm just trying to show her how gambling go, right?
That's how it go. I've been doing it for too long, bro.
I said, Joe, you got your little group. Y'all be sharing your little slips, following each other. I said, you don't even consult with me no more, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So I fucked around. She heard me say, yeah, she in the living room, she in the dining room playing cards with her friends, right? I'm watching the game on the couch. I got my daughter in my arms. So she hear me say, yeah, that's right, motherfucking mouth. That's right. She said, what you all hyped for? She like, nigga, you don't even like Indians. You a Laker fan. I said, nigga, Miles just came through clutch. I said, he just came through clutch, yo.
He just came through for me. I needed it.
She's supposed to, well, how much we won? I said, we ain't won a motherfucking thing, motherfucker.
Bro, why you think I used to always make videos about how this shit, the different entities control the player production and how they play, and when you see them stop shooting and doing weird shit, it's because, bro, they either in jeopardy of making somebody a lot of money or losing somebody a lot of money. So they start playing weird. So I'm like, wow, that's
like how Ginobili is like how
and the announcers will tell you, because the announcers will use phrases like uncharacteristic, or we've never seen him do that before. Like yesterday when Jimmy Butler wasn't shooting, the previous game, what happened? He hit for 35, 36, right? And then all of a sudden, the next game where they need that nigga to duplicate that performance, The nigga don't even shoot the ball.
No.
On
Listen,
some weird shit, bro.
hey, yo, listen, fuck that nigga, because that nigga had me that same game you talk about. The nigga had 33, bro. The nigga had 33, and he had 5 minutes. I had the nigga for 30. I took a live bet and had that nigga for 35. Mm-hmm. I think I took the live bet when he had like 26, but I'm like, oh, Jimmy Cookie, he gonna get another 9 points. You feel me?
Right.
That bitch got the 33 with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game, and this bitch ain't scored for the rest of the fucking game, bro.
So you see, that's my point exactly. My point.
I said, Jimmy, what the fuck? I said, this nigga done sold his soul.
It really has been Julius Randle has been consistent throughout the whole series on his numbers. Yeah. And also, I think Jaden McDaniels and then Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga been consistent ever since they put him on the board. When he had to play, he's been consistent hitting his numbers.
Hey, yo, and that's crazy, right? Because when I seen y'all finally play them, remember, y'all remember it was a game where y'all didn't even play that nigga. Y'all played a nigga. I don't even know this nigga name. All I know is this nigga. I know. Listen. I know Santos. This nigga number 61.
Jackson. No. That's what's the name.
That's Spencer.
I said, who the fuck is he? I said, yo, they giving this nigga burn over Kuminga. I said, oh, this nigga's a shithole for real. And then guess what? Like you said, when they had to put the nigga on the chart, didn't the nigga have like 24 or some shit like that?
Then they had 30, nigga. His point total was only motherfucking 8.5, I think. Something crazy.
Hey, that's what these coaches do. Hey, what I've been saying about Steve Kerr.
I'm like, nigga, you put 2 teams together and put the 500
I've been saying this.
Look,
he just like Tibbs. As soon as a player get hurt, then all of a sudden now you want to play these players. But one thing about Kerr, he actually benefited because Kuminga's a dog.
Y'all know why Kerr didn't play Jonathan Kuminga, right?
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with Jimmy Butler. It has nothing to do with not being able to play with Jimmy Butler. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. The reason why he hasn't been playing Jonathan Kuminga because he looked Steph off too many times.
What?
I believe
that's the report, but I didn't do that. I'm like, he ain't playing Steph Curry because they trying to center everything around Steph Curry. Why do you think they changed Draymond's game up to where all he do is pass to Steph Curry? That's all. That nigga turned down wide open layups to try to pass it for a 3 because they told that nigga to feature Steph Curry and Klay Thompson way more. Mark Jackson wasn't on that hype, nigga. Mark Jackson was like, I need everybody to be aggressive, bro. Period. But this is all they do now is Steph Curry. And I say, we going to lose every game, nigga. You trying to force feed Steph Curry. Why do you think we average so many turnovers, nigga? Stupid shit trying to force the ball.
But this will fuck me up, right? Live on TV, that nigga told Buddy Hill, hey, Buddy, I want to introduce you to somebody. His name's Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter in the world. If I was Buddy Hill, I'd tell that nigga, bitch, and I'm a 3-point shooting champion too, bitch.
So you get it? They not hiding it. You just got to figure this shit. It's like a riddle, bro. You got to figure this shit out.
And then Kuminga turned the extension down like, nah, I'm worth more bread than that.
Right. Because Kuminga say, nigga, I can help Steph Curry win, nigga, not the other way around. Nigga, he needs help. Bro, so if you're saying that to Steph Curry, that's why KD and all them left, nigga, because they was like, man, y'all niggas is over here. Y'all way too hard. Y'all way too hard on Steph Curry.
Listen, they let
that nigga jockstrap, nigga. I'm one of the greatest players in the league, nigga. Steph Curry need me to win.
Hey, yo, I ain't going front, though. Because Steph did it before he got there and all that shit. You feel me? Steph did it, and he solidified by doing after he left. That's what I really love about Steph. You feel me?
Y'all have to understand, bro. It wasn't just Steph Curry. We might talk our shit, though. But Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, David Lee.
Listen, I get it. I get it. Listen, bro, I get it. Listen. Sean Livingston, one of my favorite low-key favorite players. You feel me? Leandro Barbosa, nigga. When y'all had Maurice
look-alike ass niggas.
Listen, when y'all had Maurice Spates, you know what I mean? Like, bro,
Spates out of Florida.
Listen, bro, I know. Listen, but I ain't gonna front, bro. And the Formula One racing, my nigga, think about this. We get all the credit when the motherfucking race done.
Not the pit crew.
Listen, no, the engine, right? Oh, Honda built that engine and it just won. They don't listen. They don't talk about the alternator. They don't talk about the you know what I mean? They don't talk about the gas. They don't talk about the great tires that they had on the car. All they talk about is the engine in that bitch. You feel me?
Right.
And without those other
Yeah, I'm
parts,
talking about the pit crew. When you make your pit stop,
Right,
you got to hurry up and get them motherfucking wheels
But-
changed in a certain amount of time.
Right.
To get your ass back on the roll.
Yo, listen, all that shit coming, like, you don't win it without none of that shit. But what's the only thing they acknowledge? Oh, Honda built that engine. Oh, they built that engine. Oh, this and that engine built by Honda. All they talk about is the engine of the car. And Steph is the engine. So, like,
I promise you, Jordan don't win, bro, without Pippen.
Listen,
it was no way he was winning without Scottie Pippen.
Listen, bro, listen, we in lockstep with that. You feel me? Niggas be like, nigga, Mike 6-0 in the finals. I'm like, nigga, Scottie is too.
Right.
You feel me? Like, Scottie ain't never been to a game
say stats and shit all you want to, but
yeah, I told nigga, I said, y'all
having that outlet, nigga, that matters.
I said, y'all do know Scottie never been to a game 7 either, right?
Right.
That's just so like let's not act like it was just all Jordan. Like,
and let's not act like Scottie, nigga, didn't carry that Bulls team back to the motherfucking playoffs, nigga, and was an all-star that year. Them years that Michael Jordan retired, nigga, Chicago, they just didn't win the chip. But Scottie still got him to the playoffs, though.
No, I think Scottie averaged 27 that year, and I think he was third in MVP vote.
Okay. Remember, Scottie got mad because Phil Jackson drew up the play for Tony Kukoc at the end of the game.
But that's what I tell people. I said, listen.
He hit that motherfucker though. Yeah.
I said Michael Jordan fell into the perfect storm. I said Tex Winter put the system in. You feel? I said Phil Jackson made him trust his teammates. I said, bro, and Jerry Krause had the best role players available. I said, yo, do you understand that this nigga had the 6th man of the year on his team? He had the defensive. He had the rebounding champion on his team.
Who was the 6th man on his team?
Tony Kukoc.
Oh, okay.
Tony Kukoc won 6th man of the year. Don't forget that. And I'm
talking about what about the first 3 championships though?
Okay. He had the 3-point shooting champion on his team with Craig Hodges. You feel me?
John Paxson, DJ Armstrong.
Right. He had, and think about those. All 3 of those niggas won a 3-point championship, bro.
Stacey King. But you know what? Guess what? I'm looking at all these players, and this is why I define Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as some of the greatest players to ever do it in the history of the game. Because when you put all of their role players that they won championships on, you know what I'm saying? Those role players really didn't do shit on any other team outside of those championship teams, with the exception of the Lakers when they had Robert Horry, Rick Fox, Glenn Rice, and those guys. We've seen them guys on other teams. Do what they do. But I'm talking about the second version of the championship Lakers with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, John Paxson didn't ever. Where did John Paxson go after he left Chicago? Trash can.
Think about this.
DJ Armstrong was okay in Charlotte. Really, he didn't really do too much over there. He didn't really do too much in Charlotte, bro.
The only niggas who really had success outside of that was Steve Kerr and Ron Harper.
Right.
Steve Kerr and Ron Harper with the Lakers, right? Yeah, with the Lakers, with that veteran team. Yeah.
And you could say Horace Grant. You feel me?
Horace Grant with Orlando, but after Orlando, what happened with Horace Grant? Nothing. He didn't do nothing else after that.
He went to the Lakers, I think.
Yeah, he played with us.
He went to the Lakers and won a championship, but he didn't really have the same kind of impact though that he had on Orlando and Chicago.
I ain't gonna knock. We needed that rebound and that post defense.
We needed that rebound and that post defense. Yeah, that team.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the starting power. I mean, he wasn't Horace like he was for Chicago.
Nobody was beating that Laker. That Shaq and Kobe Laker team, once they made it and got that first chip, bro. If Shaq would have had a stronger work ethic, bro, they could have had 10 championships, bro. Real talk, though.
We could have ripped off a bunch in a row, but
we could have ripped off way more than 7, nigga. 6. I'm telling you.
But but I get it. But like I tell people, I say, yo, y'all niggas act like them Bulls teams weren't. I said they were well-built teams, bro. I said you got to get Jerry teams. I said he went within his system and got everything he needed to make his system work.
What did Scott Burrell do after he left Chicago? He went to the Nets, nigga, and he was trash cans.
Stacey King.
Randy Brown. What did Randy Brown do when he left Chicago? Nothing. So I measure greatness off of how well you can bring the others along with you. if you can make them great and make them winners, bro, and buy in, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I
Then
felt.
that's how great you really are, bro. Some of these other players, Kawhi Leonard and all these other guys, I can't really give LeBron. I can't give you that. Now you don't know how to make other players around you great.
But that's where I told people. I said that's when Kobe became him to me. I said he was him. That when he was number 8, and and all that. I said, but when I seen him elevate Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Ron Artest, Lamar Odom, Trevor Ariza. I mean, we talk about Ron Artest, who was a little past his prime. Lamar
Odom, Ron Artest.
Right, listen.
Lamar Odom drugged down Lamar Odom. Let's keep it 100.
He took a foreign kid up under his wing with Sasha Vujacic.
Trash cans. Yeah, we can keep going. Jordan Farmar. Trash cans. Get them out of here. Shannon Brown. Trash cans. We can keep going on and on, bro.
Vujacic was dating that what's her name?
Josh Powell. We can keep going.
He was dating that what was her name?
Maria Sharapova?
Yeah, he was dating Sharapova. I know he's still dating her now.
Nah, Maria Sharapova dated Andy Roddick, bro.
Yeah, so like
that girl Vujacic was messing with a tennis player. We was messing with the Lakers.
That was her.
With the Lakers.
That was her.
Yeah.
But I mean, she left that nigga and got with Andy Roddick though, and I think they married. They've been married. They've been together for hell long.
Yeah. So like I said when I seen my man take those teams and elevate them to greatness, I said, and then he came back and beat a super team. He came back. I said he beat Boston.
Yeah.
I said he beat Boston.
Got his revenge.
Yeah. Hey, but guess what? You remember he was about to elevate that other Lakers team too, nigga. When they had Phoenix down 3-1, they would. I believe if Kobe, bro, would have still been on that mentality that he was on before he stopped shooting, they could have won a championship that year, bro.
I think because that
nigga was on a mission, bro. I'm telling you.
Listen, that's the year he averaged 35, 5 and 5. That nigga was Mike in the living flesh, and I didn't see nothing stopping that nigga. And people talk about Kobe, and I said, bro, he got his faults with me. He got his flaws. I said, I don't never forgive that nigga for giving Phoenix that series after we was up 3-1. And he just stopped shooting.
I hated that shit.
I said that shit. He will always wear a scarlet letter. I said, listen, I understand why he did it. I said, but I still like, man, I don't give a fuck, Kobe. You should have put them niggas out there misery. We could have figured that. We could have sent the message another way. You feel me?
Yeah.
We could have sent the message another way. But I get it. The motherfuckers talking that shit. Okay, let me show you motherfuckers what happens when I don't do this shit.
But you know what's so crazy? He eventually came back and put Phoenix out of their misery. Eventually, later, a couple years later. So it all came back, you know what I'm saying, twofold, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how this shit works, bro.
That's what I tell niggas. I said, man, that nigga.
Alvin Gentry was the coach.
Yeah, Alvin Gentry, yeah. You remember Alvin Gentry won his championships as an assistant head coach with the Warriors.
I told them.
Because he's one of the greatest player development coaches, bro. Remember what he did for Goran Dragic, the Dragon? Goran Dragic, bro, he didn't understand how to be an NBA player. Alvin Gentry gave him all the confidence in the world. And so I remember they had him mic'd up when he was talking to Goran Dragic in a game and said, look, young fella, just you go out there and play your game. Don't worry about nothing. And then when he came back from that timeout, he turned into a different player, bro. He was confident. He was shooting. He was going one-on-one. He was getting to his spots. I was like, damn, that's how you coach right there.
I tell a nigga, I said, yo, my nigga has a 20-year career and he has a 10-year period where he was definitely the best player in the NBA. I said from 2001 to 2011, I said Kobe was undoubtedly the best player in the NBA.
I always said that too. I said, look at his 10-year stretch that he had, and then they still want to mention, well, it was LeBron in 2008 and 9 and 10. I mean, just stop it.
There's a videotape in 2008 of LeBron James calling Kobe Bryant the greatest player in the world. When he called, called
for sure.
And listen, when they went on that 08 Redeem Team, if you go back and watch that Redeem Team documentary, LeBron James says out his mouth, Kobe Bean Bryant is the greatest player in the world right now.
Yeah.
And that was '08. Remember, he went on to win 2 more championships in 9 and 10.
And I think LeBron was the MVP that year of the season, right?
Yeah, and he won the championship in 9 and
That's when
10.
he had
So
the
LeBron,
puppets. That's when he had the puppets commercial.
so LeBron was saying
Yeah.
Kobe was the greatest player in the world before he even went on his second championship run.
So that's how I know LeBron don't believe that he's the one of the greatest. That
And
nigga don't
all
believe
you
that
got to
shit.
do
They
is go
forced
on.
him to
All
say
you
that
got to
shit,
do is
bro.
go on
That's
net. All
all.
you got to do is go on Netflix and watch that Redeem Team documentary.
Yeah, that shit was centered around Kobe, not LeBron.
Listen, but listen, I said so
Salute,
okay.
man.
Anything after that. Okay, y'all can have. I said, but from '01 to 2011, that nigga was the best player in the NBA, hands down.
Well, Lee made a great point on the Redeem Team. Just look how when you're a star among stars, like MJ was on the Dream Team with all those greats, and those players revere you, and they're all waiting on you, and they're taking your lead, and they're looking at you and for you to close out games versus Spain or Argentina, bro. I mean, that's it. To me, that says something. Just real quick, though, because I can't.
Hey, yo, Matt, it's funny because that's the exact term that the announcer used when they were closing the game for Spain, and he said Mike Krzyzewski has went to his star amongst stars.
Correct.
That's exactly the verbiage he used when he said Mike Krzyzewski has just went to his star amongst stars.
Because remember, Ronton, Kobe had that 4-point play. He had the steal. I mean, that game was in the balance, and the USA was coming off of losing, right? And so they needed to get that. And so remember, it was Doug Collins and somebody else calling the game.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but you guys talked about MJ and Kobe, bro, and just how and why they stand alone and apart. They never made excuses, man. Never. Even when guys were hurt and maybe players weren't doing what they were supposed to do, I'm sure they were mad and they addressed that behind the scenes. But they never threw their players under the bus, and they did whatever needed to be done or what was required of them to do to get the W, right? I mean, go look at MJ in '96 when Pippen's ailing. Pippen can barely run. Jordan made no excuses, bro. Just give me the ball, get out my way, and I'll figure it out. Look at Kobe, 2010. I love using that series because there's more ways to impact winning than just putting the ball in the basket and 15 rebounds. And so he knew that the Lakers were getting pounded by Rasheed Wallace and KG. Perkins missed Game 7 because he tore his ACL. But the Lakers needed more rebounding, from the Lakers because they were getting crushed. And Kobe stuck his head in there, bro. Not to mention he had a torn ligament on his shooting hand. And so for me, it just comes down to level of self-awareness and self-accountability. And Leezy says this all the time, bro. Sometimes the game will dictate what's required of you, right? In spots and moments, meaning today might not be the game for Kobe to score 40 points, right? Today's the game is for me to grab 15 rebounds, right? Like, be able to like process and understand how the game is going and adjust what your team needs as it's going, right? And that's why I think Curry is so great, because Curry knows when to play second fiddle and he knows when to, okay, I'm the lead dog today. So it's just, listen, bro, like Kobe and Mike are just on a different stratosphere, and my standard is so high that nobody's after that has reached it. And I'm not going to lower the bar for nobody, bro. I'm just not. So.
Hey, yo, well spoken, Mass. And you know the crazy part about it? When we lost that '08 finals against Boston, right? Andrew Bynum was hurt. Trevor Ariza was hurt.
Yep.
I specifically remember Kobe. He didn't say, yo, we was hurt. That nigga said, I have to be better.
Well, not just that, bro. I mean, Jim Gray.
I mean, but just taking full accountability, not throwing your man under the bus, not talking about you got a sprained knee, none of that. Man, I have to be better.
Yeah.
Have a tour MCL. Hey, did y'all hear about the job interview thing that they're having for the Lakers for a strength and conditioning coach? Man, that's embarrassing, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's on my thumbnail, bro. You didn't pay attention to the thumbnail? That's
I
legit.
didn't.
They were talking about.
But here's what's funny, though.
You know why? Because you text me, bro. So the thumbnail don't pop up when you text me the link.
Oh.
But here's what's funny, though, T. Price, is that how dumb Ron Ton, because you're a Lakers fan, how stupid and no self-awareness do JJ and the Lakers have to be, knowing that Luka has a chance to not re-sign and go somewhere else, and
That
you're
part.
in the media and you're hiring a strength and conditioning coach. It's like they're putting the whole mill on him, and the audacity to do that, knowing that LeBron's not going to be here much longer, and you need Luka to re-sign, and you're doing everything to push him out the door. Like,
Lakers are. They're done.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Hey, yo, and it's funny because I be looking at, like I told people, I said, man, I look at the entire picture. I don't look at a microcosm. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what sealed it, and basically, people might not like what I'm saying, but the Lakers gave LeBron his walking papers, bro. Listen, when the upper management, and we all know who the upper management consists of, Rob Pelinka, right? Rob Pelinka, Luka's agent, Luka's financial agent, right? Go out to a dinner and there's nobody from Clutch Sports there. Out of all people, bro, guess who we had with him? Jackson Hayes, who happens to have the same representation that he had. They made such a big deal about this article. They're like, yo, there wasn't a Clutch client in sight at this dinner that they had with Luka. So believe me, Rob and them done already told Luka what it is. Man, this your show.
Ron Tom, bro. I got to push back on that, bro, because the actions ain't showing that. I mean, you don't come out, the coach don't come out and say, guys got to get in shape. I mean, you can say that, but the way he articulating is that it's on Luka. You don't hire a strength and conditioning coach, and you ain't had one since LeBron James has been there. And so, say those things, bro.
At the end of the day, though, Mass, Luka got to take accountability too, because and listen, and there was circumstances. The man had an injury where he couldn't run, he couldn't do nothing. So of course he's going to gain a couple pounds. You feel me? But Luka also got to get in the mindset of saying, you know what, man, I do got to get in a little bit better shape. You feel me? Now all that shit about the hookah and I don't give a fuck. You had players that used to smoke cigarettes in the locker room at halftime. You feel me? But at the end of the day, Luka, you got to do a self-assessment and you got to understand where you at. Listen, you do this like this, but bro, if you did this, you probably would be that. And now people can't use that against you. You feel me? Just because you went and took it off the checklist. Now, guess what? People can't use that against you.
But Ronton, I agree with everything you're saying, bro. But at least wait until you get him to sign the dotted line, bro, for 4 or 5 years long term. Before you come out and start saying what they're saying, bro.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, Mass. Listen, he can't sign the contract officially until a certain date. But bro, Luka not about to turn down that money, for one, because he just lost $100 million fucking around with Dallas, and two, this is the only way he can recoup any of that back is by signing with the Lakers.
I don't know if it's all about the money, bro. I mean, Luka gonna make his money.
I get it, but then now you got to understand. Now
that's sad that we focus more on contracts and trying to make money than playing basketball.
That's a fact.
The money gonna take care of itself regardless.
I ain't gonna front though, Elise.
I hate that shit, man.
Listen, I ain't gonna front Elise, but in this particular case, where think about how the CBA was set up, right? And this is how I look at it, right? They offered max contracts. I mean, they came up with the super max contracts to try to get small market teams to have an incentive to keep their players there, right? So if your player stays loyal to you for over 7 years and he checks off these accomplishments, he's eligible for the super max, and that's his reward for staying with you, right? Now you telling me the owners could just say, you know what? We used this nigga up for 7 years. We never even had a plan on giving this nigga a super max. And we could cost this nigga over $100 million by starting this narrative and pushing this nigga out. When people fail to realize, listen, I know we talk about shit, but the fact of the matter is, y'all, the nigga was just in the championship last year. Everybody, listen, hold on, man. And what I was going to say, everybody's not fortunate enough to win the championship they first go at it. You feel me? Everybody not that fortunate. You feel me? So by looking at what he's accomplished,
right,
and what he's given us, for y'all to create that narrative, just so y'all wouldn't have. We know what it is. They didn't want to give Luka that money.
You said
That's why they
create
shipped that nigga off.
Well, listen, bro. I mean, it comes with the territory, bro.
Yeah, but just in that point, when I seen how the owners had a way to entice the players, then have a loophole out of it, it kind of made me side with the players just in that instant, Mass. You feel me? Because
Yeah,
it's like, damn.
But you got players with like 2 or 3 years left on their deals in the last, and we've seen this over the last 4 or 5 years, literally saying, "I don't want to play her no more. Trade me." And
okay,
so
not on the play.
It goes both ways, but everything you're saying, like as a superstar, bro, like it comes with the territory.
Okay,
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
One time, bro. Here's my thoughts, bro, and I want Lee to chime in on this too, if he could.
Okay.
If you're signing a new deal, bro, with anybody, and you think you're that guy, if you and your team can't negotiate a no trade clause, bro, then shut the hell up, okay? If you signed a contract with a no trade clause, then cool. But if you sign a deal and you ain't got no trade clause, bro, then you have to understand that it's a business and they can trade your ass. Period.
Right now, and that,
bro. Bradley Beal has a no trade clause.
Right, and think about this, bro. And by default, and only by default, because of how long his service been in the league and him signing 1-and-1s, the only other person who got a no trade clause is LeBron James, and that's on a technicality. That's not even like coming from his contract.
Yeah. Bro,
you get me? So like, what I'm saying is, nigga, Bradley Beal, they had to give him because Washington was going to lose him for nothing. They had to give him everything he wanted. You feel me? And just what you said, the fact of the matter of, I could want to stay, but y'all want me to go. That's cool. But if I want to go and y'all want me to stay, that's not cool.
Well,
it's a double standard. Because if you just look at Luka, you know, man, Luka was going to be he was going to be Dirk Nowitzki. I'm going to be in Dallas my whole career. Listen, that's what his sentiments was.
Ask you a question, Ronton.
Yeah.
Question real quick, bro. When Nico Harrison said what he said that day, if it's true or not, or I'm not worried about how it went down. I'm just asking you about his words. Defense wins championships and blah blah blah. Like, you think the Dallas Mavericks, with Luka at the helm, was the end all be all, meaning that they value other things than just putting the ball in the basket, bro. His defense was so bad, at times where it put his team in a comparable. Go watch the Boston series, right? So yeah, Luka, you may better get me to the ultimate series, which is the finals. But unfortunately, that's not the measuring stick. The measuring stick is, can you win it? And versus an elite team in the finals, his style of play, a la James Harden, bro, it don't work. So
okay, now let me counter that, Nash. Because I agree with you. I agree with you with that.
That motherfucker, bro.
Listen. I agree with you, right?
It's refreshing.
I agree with you. Like, on that style of basketball, can't win a chip. Yeah. But he's so young and he's so talented. We don't even know. We ain't even giving him a chance to come up with to put a new style out there. You feel me? Listen. Hold on, Mass. Right? Because personally, I'm gonna tell you from the rip. Personally, I didn't believe nothing Nico said because I don't think that's the reason why they traded him, bro.
Okay.
I believe they traded him just because that new management just bought the Dallas Mavericks, and they like, yo, we not trying to play no player 70 million a year, especially not him. I think the shit came straight, bro. When you move an asset like that, you don't do that without the owner's blessing. And I believe the owners just said, yo, don't worry about the backlash. You good. You're going to keep your job, but get rid of Luka. And now Nico comes up with the bullshit narrative. Oh, he's fat and out of shape. So now let me point out something to you, right?
Yeah.
And words don't mean shit, right? Now check this shit out. Nico said, we're in win now mode. We think defensively is the way to go to win a championship. You just get gifted the number 1 pick, right? And everybody telling you got a chance to maybe go get the best two-way player in the league, or one of the best two-way players in the league, and pair him with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving.
Who is that?
just say Giannis, right?
He ain't no
And
two-way player, bro.
but I'm saying Giannis elitely can do things two way. You feel me? He's not the lockdown, like the perimeter defender like a Kawhi was. You feel me? But he can guard the rim on the elite level. He's a great weak side.
Lively and Daniel Gafford, bro.
Look, listen, understand me, but Derek Gafford and Derek Lively aren't Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You don't
If you're listen, hold on, man. Listen, you're in win now mode.
Right.
This is the reason why you guys by NBA metrics, not our metrics, Matt. So don't take me wrong on it.
I got
you guys. Hold on. You guys just got rid of one of the top 3 players in the league, and you got a chance to bring in one of the top 3 players in the league to replace him with the number 1 pick. And that brings you expeditiously more of what you said that first person was lacking.
No, it does not, bro. No, it
Listen,
doesn't.
hold on. Would you say Giannis is? Hold on. Would you say Giannis is a 10 times better defender than Luka?
Yeah, he's better than Luka. Yeah.
Okay, I rest my case then.
But they picked up 8. Hold on. Okay, so let me just say it real quick, okay? They picked up Anthony Davis. And so Anthony Davis is a better defensive player than Giannis, right? Like I say that confidently, right?
I would too, man.
Hold on, Ronton. The Dallas Mavericks have 2 bigs down low in Gafford and Lively who have shown you that they can be productive down low. They ain't got to be all-time great defensively, but they can be good enough to where the paint is locked enough to where it's not no open highway lane to the basket like it is in Denver. Why am I going to bring in Giannis onto the Cooper and have to give up so many pieces and make the contract stuff work?
Guess what, man? Guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to have to give up one of those pieces this year anyway.
Oh, what do you mean?
You're gonna, with Cooper Flag coming in, you're gonna get rid of either Daniel. It's probably not gonna be Lively. They're gonna get rid of Daniel Gafford, bro, or either
Cooper Flag plays like the 3 or 4, right?
Him and PJ Washington are out of there, bro.
No, they're not out of there.
Well, yes, listen, because they got one person that's about to come in that can do the same thing that they do on a rookie contract, bro.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, one time. First of all, bro, there's no evidence that Cooper Flag can do what Gafford and Lively can do.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, man. And any draft with Cooper, listen, any draft you could think of, would Daniel Gafford or Cooper or Derek Lively even be considered to be the number 1 pick?
That's not the measurement.
We're talking about somebody. No, we're not talking about. Listen, we're not talking about what we see him as. We're talking about someone that they're valuing as the number 1 overall pick.
I'm saying, bro, real quick, okay? And then you. This is not about the overall best player, right? It's about fit, okay? Daniel, and first of all, what makes you think? I mean, just because Cooper had a good season at Duke, did you not see PJ Washington in the league before, bro? He's physical, he's tough, he can stretch you out. So, what makes you think that the Mavericks are just going to trade away a young PJ Washington and then just let Cooper Flag?
Matt, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who wouldn't trade away a role player for somebody that they're thinking is going to be a star?
Okay.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on, just so you don't get a misconstrued. I'm not saying that he is going to be a star, but in their eyes, he's picked to be a star.
How is he going to become a star in Dallas when you got Kyrie and AD there, bro? How?
Listen, because I'm gonna tell you,
he's going to play a role on that team, bro.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. It's going to be the same route Kawhi took. When San Antonio got Kawhi, it's going to be that same route. You're going to come in and you're going to fit in. But eventually, we have plans for you to be a star.
So if that's the case, then he can still come in and fit in, and Dallas can still keep their guys in core and compete for a championship, bro. And Cooper Flag can just fit in where he fits in at, bro. Why am I going to just get rid of Lively, Gafford, and PJ for Cooper Flag?
Let me ask you a question now. Right now, think about the business of this, right, Matt? First of all, your number 1 pick ain't coming off the bench. And second of all, they're going to be making too much. Listen, they're going to be making too much money to be coming off the bench. Remember, Gafford is
no big deal, bro.
No, but listen, man. He's up for a deal after this year.
Who is?
Gafford.
Okay, so guess what, bro? Then sign. Listen, get in a room, sign a contract that's a decent deal for Gafford, and keep it moving. Why would you give up on Gafford for a unique size?
Because we're drafting a superstar, man.
So
Listen, like whether people like.
Ron,
Listen, I don't agree with it, bro. But
what you're doing right now, Ron, is in my opinion, is an issue with today's people, bro. What do you mean they're drafting you, bro? Nigga, he ain't that yet, bro. Can he play a game first?
bro. Listen, I understand that, Max. But we all know the NBA draft out of potential. That's why third and fourth year college players don't get picked high in the first. Hold on. That's why third and fourth year college players don't get drafted high in the first round. You feel me? Because the NBA drafts off potential. Now, what the NBA sees with this group of kids coming out of this draft is that, we might have 4 or 5 kids that can be studs in this draft.
Who's starting over on the Mavericks? Cooper Flag.
You said what?
If the Mavericks are at full strength, who is he starting over?
Who's the starting 4?
No. Who is he starting over?
Bro, what number 1 pick coming off the bench?
A lot of them, bro. Like,
what number 1 pick you seen come off the bench, man?
Well, it depends. Hold on. Ron Ton, it's a fair question, but then I'm gonna raise you this. Name me a number 1 pick. Name me a number 1 pick who goes to a team like that.
Hold on, I can't hear you going in and out, Brody.
I said, name me a number 1 pick who goes to a team like Dallas. Normally, number 1 picks go to bad teams. So
right, this is the Tim Duncan situation all over again. Not saying he's gonna be Tim Duncan. Don't you know what I mean? But the situation San Antonio was in, a good team that had an awful year that ended up with the number 1 draft pick.
So who is he starting over on the?
He's going. Listen, I don't know because I don't know who's going to be there, but he will be starting.
PJ Washington, man, I can see him starting over PJ
Washington, bro. A proven player in this league who's physical, who's been a key.
Hey, yo, listen, Mass, you got to understand.
Because they play the same position. So if I had to pick somebody to put to the bench, I'm going to say PJ Washington.
Mass, you got to understand. Mass, you got to understand. Derek Lively doesn't start.
I know that.
Right. So you saying who's he going to start over? So you think the Dallas Mavericks are going to take this draft pick, draft him at number 1, and not clear out room for him to start?
Do they want to win games, or are they trying to appease him?
That's not my point. I'm telling you what.
That's my point because I'm a basketball fan. I care about winning.
Okay, once again, I'm going to ask you, brother. What number 1 overall pick you ever seen sit the bench, bro?
What number 1 pick goes to a team like Dallas?
Tim Duncan. I answered your question.
Okay.
I answered now. Just answer mine. What number 1? Listen, what number 1 overall pick you ever seen come in and sit the bench, bro?
Risha Shea started again this year.
But those picks go to bad teams, though, Ronton. That's what you got.
It doesn't matter, Matt.
It does matter, bro.
Listen, Matt. Listen. Even with the example I just gave you, Tim Duncan went to a good team.
No. Tim Duncan went to a team where their best player was hurt.
And which was a good team.
It was a good team though, but you have to understand that they didn't have a power forward. Tim Duncan was a power forward.
Okay, listen, time out. See, this we got. Listen, hold on, E. They moved Duncan to power forward because they had an all-world center, but they decided we're going to play both of them. When David Robinson left, where did Tim Duncan go?
To the 4. He
did not. He went to the 5, bro.
No, because they had Fabrizio.
Bro, he went to the 5. What center? Listen.
They had Fabrizio, Elton, and Francisco.
Hey, yo, okay. So let me ask you. Hold on. Who was the starting center for San Antonio when David Robinson left?
When David Robinson left?
Who?
Damn, I forgot.
I gotta look up his name, but
hey, yo, look it up. I don't want to give out false. Somebody look it up right now.
Look it up, bro.
Do you know who it was?
Tim Duncan.
You said that you don't know?
I said it was Tim Duncan.
No, I'm about to tell you, buddy.
Hold on.
Because it wasn't no Tim Duncan.
Oh, wow.
From my experience, or from my, let me see here. It was, Yeah, bro. Like Nazar Muhammad and Rosho Nesterovic, bro. At the center.
Bro, it was Tim Duncan.
No, it was not, bro. Tim Duncan was a 4 still. Nesterovic started versus, bro. Come on, bro.
Bro, it was Tim Duncan, bro.
Yeah,
Yes, they played back, bro.
It was Tim Duncan, though.
They backed Tim Duncan up and relieved him of his minutes, man. Come on, man.
Hey, Lacey, I'm looking at the roster for 2004 and 5, the year after he left. Tim Duncan.
I just put that question in Google, and AI said that Tim Duncan became the starting center for the team after what's the name?
Well, that's not what. That's,
okay, all right. I'm just using common sense. I'm just using common sense. I didn't ask Google or nothing. I just know. Hey yo, listen. Hey yo, hold on. Hey yo, Matt. Hey yo, Matt. Do you remember? Hey yo, do you remember Tim Duncan saying that he wanted them to go get another center because he wanted to go back to the 4?
No, I don't remember that, bro.
I do. After that series with Shaquille O'Neal.
I don't remember that.
I do.
What year was that when he left? What year did Tim Duncan?
I mean, I don't know that, but I could be wrong though. But
and Matt, listen, and yo, listen, and I do remember stints where you would see Rashawn Novarichik and Tim Duncan in the game at the same time. I'm not saying he never played the 4, but when David Robinson left,
hey, watch this. Hey, lazy. In the 2005 finals with the Spurs and the Detroit Pistons, Nazar Muhammad started 7 games in the finals because that series went 7 games. So
well, listen, Matt, I believe it, but see how many minutes he played at the 5.
No, I know. That's not one. One time. You can't have it both ways, bro.
No, Mass. Okay, all right. So you playing word semantics. I'm telling you who was their 5.
No, it was Rosho Nesterovic, bro.
No, I'm looking at it, Lacey.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
You are?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the roster. 2004 was the first season after David Robinson retired in 2002, 2003
What year was that?
season.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm looking at 2004. My bad.
And Rosho Nesterovic at center.
I mean, Ronton. He was a power forward, bro. Come on.
Tim Duncan. Okay. All right. I mean, I specifically remember using him as center. Hey, listen. You're right.
Jackson started at center too. That don't mean he plays center, so it don't really matter. That position don't really matter.
Listen, we nitpicking. Tim Duncan is a center / power forward.
Right.
Listen, LeBron starts at the power forward, but doesn't mean he's a point guard. So I get it. We nitpicking, but I get your point. All I'm saying is this, bro. If Dallas wants to win, you know what I'm saying? I'm old school, so I'm not going off of potential. Cooper Flag is going to have to come in and earn his stripes. And right now, PJ is just a better player. And if Jason Kidd lets him come in and start over PJ Washington, bro, then they deserve to lose.
Math. What number 1 pick not going to start, bro?
Bro, I said this to you 1,000 times today, bro. It's not common for a number 1 pick to go to a team like Dallas. Like you keep.
No, but I'm asking you. We've seen an example where a number 1 pick went to a good team, and they ended up winning a championship. Listen, we've seen it happen twice. Hold on, Mass. Hold on. We've seen it happen with the Lakers with Johnson. He ended up on a good team, and he went on to win a championship his first year. I'm just saying, we've seen this scenario before. Listen. Hold on, Max. We've seen this scenario before where a team that probably shouldn't have got the number 1 pick ended up with the number 1 pick. We've seen it before.
Yeah, but you're talking about like years apart, bro. Like the Spurs in '90s,
Joel
Embiid and the Lakers in the '80s.
Joel Embiid didn't start his rookie year
because he was hurt. He didn't play his rookie year. Why didn't he start?
He started when he came back?
Yes. He's the franchise, bro. He's the process. That's who they was waiting on.
Okay. So y'all go. So.
I'm just saying, Matt. Well, let me put it like this, Matt. Hold on. Let me put it like this, Matt. So you don't think I'm trying to be funny. I've never seen a situation where a number 1 overall pick doesn't come in and start for his team.
Did Carl
And
Anthony
I never
Towns
seen.
start for Minnie, Minnesota?
Absolutely.
Hey, y'all hold it down. I'll be back.
So
What
like,
about
so
Zachary Ricochet? You still haven't answered that question. Zachary Ricochet did not start this year, bro. He
bro.
did
Okay,
start some games, but he didn't
listen.
start
Okay,
on the.
listen.
You know what I'm saying? He came off the
Listen.
bench.
And we all knew why he didn't, because he's a fucking Frenchman. If that nigga would have came out of Oak Hill, he would have been starting.
But he was the number one pick, though, so that tells you something, right?
And he became the eventual starter, even though probably should have been starting from the beginning. He was a Frenchman, though. But let's be real, Elise. How many number one overall picks do you know come to a team and start?
Yeah, it's not that many. If we go across the league history, it's not. They start. Most of them start, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, you have anomalies. You always have cases that's usually not like most cases.
But what are you saying? So if he starts, you're saying who gets bumped to the bench for Dallas if Cooper Flag does start?
No, listen, bro. I'm watching podcasts where they're talking about they're going to trade Daniel Gafford. Dallas is like, that's where they're going to make their trade move with, and they was he's going to be a free agent. And
it really doesn't hurt. Yeah, Daniel Gafford is the low man out because they're high on Derek Lively.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So to be honest with you, I'm not mad at it. Even if they get rid of Daniel Gafford, they still got two legitimate solid bigs and then two other power forwards that's like 6'9", 6'10". So they're not hurting for size, bro. They're not hurting for size.
People forget that they got Dwayne Powell too. He just had a hip injury this year.
Dwight Powell,
up front. The White Powell, they loaded up front, bro.
Yeah, they loaded. But he more of a player that's not really gonna play that much. So
and now
they traded Maxi Kleber. That was their other big stretch big to the Lakers. So
now you got this hybrid 3/4 that's about to come in at the number one spot.
Right. But I think that Daniel Gafford is going to go to a bench role, to be honest with you. I think they want to start Derek Lively. I think they want to move on. But it's going to be tough because you got AD. So you start Derek Lively and AD together.
If you really want to be real with it.
Yeah, you start because AD doesn't want to play the five. So that makes sense.
If you really want to be real with it, Daniel Gafford is really a power forward.
Right.
He's just a power forward that got a lot of dog in him that end up playing the other team big man. You feel me?
Who, Daniel Gafford is a power forward?
But if you look at his stature size, he only like 6'9", 6'10", bro.
Yeah, but he ain't no power forward. He don't have that type of. He's not that versatile. So
I mean, I'm not saying he's a stretch four. I'm saying by tradition, he would be playing power forward at 6'9".
Power forward because of his size.
Right, because of his size. You feel me? Anthony Davis. Right. He's actually bigger than Gafford.
Right. Well, I'm not mad at that. They don't even have to come off Gafford, but if you want to try to shore up and get smaller players or whatever to fit the style of the offense or whatever, then of course you get rid of Daniel Gafford. But hey, you can never have too much size on your team. The league needs size. Just look what OKC is doing with the Joker. They got bodies to throw at him.
Hey but think about this too now, Elise. Dwight Powell was in the rotation before he hurt his hip. He didn't hurt his hip.
He tore his Achilles. Before he tore his Achilles.
I thought they said
3 years ago.
No, Dwight Powell just played last year, bro.
I know he played last year, but 3 years ago he was in the rotation prior to him tearing his Achilles.
I didn't know he tore his Achilles before.
Yeah, he tore his Achilles.
I didn't know that.
Shit. Boop. Yeah, 2022, I think.
Okay,
2020.
I didn't know that,
2022.
But I do know he was part of their big man rotation before he went down with his last injury.
Yes, but I think he got injured sometime last year, probably, and that probably was the little hip, whatever situation.
Okay. So now I'm thinking, now just because you do have Anthony Davis, regardless of what people are going to say, he's going to play the 5 for them. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So now you got Gafford, Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, who we all know they high on, and you got this dude, Dwight Powell.
Right.
And then you got another 4 that y'all drafted with the number 1 pick.
Right.
Somebody got to go. And and I believe
I could see that happening, but guess what? I could also see a situation to where they can play small ball and they can just bring Daniel Gafford off the bench and have a whole second starting 5 come off the bench.
Hey, yo, but I'm
They
thinking
can work it like that, bro. Like
Listen,
it's
they could.
certain organizations be like, guess what? We're gonna have a bench mob.
Listen,
So
they
we
could, but I'm
gonna do
thinking,
like the Sacramento Kings did, where we could get a whole second starting five that could start on every other team in the league and just come out with a bench mob. Like,
but you know
period.
what? But what I'm thinking is, like, if they thinking, okay, think about it. They just killed two birds in one stone, right? They got rid of Luka and they were able to draft what they think is going to be their future. You feel me? I'm not saying he's going to be a surefire, but this is what Dallas is thinking. We got our future. We let Luka go and we playing for right now, and we got our future. You feel me? So I can get rid of this dude who's probably going to be our best asset on the trademark, because if not, we probably going to have to let him walk next year for nothing anyway. I can get this dude who probably our best trade asset and get something else to go with, maybe something for the future. Because right now, Dallas is in a good spot. With Max Christie and this dude that they drafted, they got some good young players. And it's I can't remember what's that other point guard name that they got, that one kid that I like. They got some good young players. So if Daniel Gafford could fetch them something that can maybe help them in the backcourt, because they loaded in the front court. And now we just got rid of an asset and got something in return instead of letting him walk away for nothing next year, because we probably going to have to let him go. Because guess who else is due for an extension next year? Elise.
Who?
Anthony Marshawn Davis. That's why LA was so quick to let him go. He's extension
because of his injury history. They didn't want to take a gamble on giving him a super max if he ain't gonna be available to play more than 62 games.
Listen, but this is what the thing, and this is what I found out, right? This is how this shit work. This is why I'd be like, you know what, at the end of the day, I do be on the player sides, because these teams be doing these niggas dirty. So now they realize that LeBron James and Anthony Davis shit ran its course. Oh, we see LeBron ain't really fucking with AD. AD ain't really fucking with LeBron. LeBron don't want to give him the keys. Whatever the shit may be. But guess what? We just gave Anthony Davis 2 years ago the biggest extension in NBA history. And guess what? It was only a 3-year extension, y'all. Guess what? After 2 years, he's extension eligible. But now they looking at it like, whoa, he's 31. We don't want to be giving him another 3-year extension at the age of 32, going on 33. Right. But if we don't get rid of this fucker named LeBron James, we're going to have to.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. I get you.
So it's all about, it's a business, bro. It's a business. You feel me? Dallas said we rather finish paying Anthony Davis $60 million a year for the next 3-4 years than paying this dude $80 million a year for the next 5 years.
All right.
Ronton, your organization ain't gonna move forward until you move forward from him.
Hey, yo, I agree with you 1,000,000%. Mass, listen, bro, we be on the same page about 95% of the time, bro. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah. And guess what? And he could take Bronny with him. And I don't wish Bronny no ill will. I hope the nigga succeed.
Because what's funny is this, even when he plays well, bro, he's not helping the team. He's still hurting the team. Even LeBron has a great game, bro. That's not what's best for the team moving forward. Right? And so just his presence alone it's putting a dark cloud over this organization and this team. And it's not good, bro.
I'll be right back in, fellas. Hold on.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Yeah, it's just not good, man. It's not good. We'll see if Golden State can muster up a win tonight. I don't like how Jimmy's coming out passive, knowing Steph ain't playing. We don't need the passing. Try and get everybody else involved, Jimmy. We need you to be aggressive, bro. And you ain't doing it. And so that's been disappointing. Can Boston muster up another win? We'll see. They're at home. We'll see. I don't know. But, yeah, this is crazy, bro. You mean tell me that we might have Indiana Pacers and Knicks conference finals? Wow.
Yeah, old school.
Wow, Leezy, that's crazy,
They
bro.
just trying to do old school. That's all they
That's a
doing,
fact,
bro.
bro. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
NBA is strategic with shit, bro. Because look, last year Indiana they went to a conference finals and they also had the NBA All Star Weekend in
That's
their
true.
home too. So they just trying to bring a lot of crowd and a lot of like revenue to the state of Indiana. To be honest with you, Indianapolis, yeah, they do that, bro. They be strategic with that shit. But I'm not gonna lie, Indiana has a really good team, though. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. So they do have a really good team.
I'm glad you said what you just said because I gotta be honest, right? What you just said is facts. Their team is actually pretty good, and you just watch them play basketball. They do a lot of things the right way, right? And their defense has gotten a lot better, and their role
Yeah.
guys are playing well. They play fast, they push it, they shoot the three ball well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, bro, like they're not the most easiest team to guard. Like they're tough to guard. And so
No
I'm not gonna lie.
facts.
I came into the postseason saying the Pacers are okay. They might win the first round. Nah, bro. Like, let this team get on fire and get on a roll. What
Mm-hmm.
they can. I'm not saying they will, but it wouldn't shock me if they did the unthinkable, right? And they're hoisting up the trophy. I mean, bro, like that's not out the realm.
Right.
Not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm just But if Steph was playing, Warriors be up. The Warriors will probably be up 3-1.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably a 3-1 lazy, honestly, bro.
Or it'd probably be tied because we just don't
Or
know.
tied.
Minnesota just played terrible that first game. They just played terrible.
That's
It might be the same to be. They might still be up, bro, because
possible.
you're not getting no production from your others. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact. So
you can always spin it that this player playing, this player playing, bro. I
yeah,
didn't think that we had a shot even with the lineup that we won against Houston, bro. It's just
right.
certain teams are different, and the Minnesota is not Houston. They're more experienced, they're more veteran team, and they got players that know how to score and get to certain spots on the floor. Houston didn't have that, so
No,
you're not
they
gonna get
didn't.
a drop off from Jalen Green to motherfucking Ant Man or motherfucking Jabari Smith Jr. to
Not
Jaden
even
McDaniels.
close,
It's
bro.
going to
Yeah,
be
not even close.
consistent. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
Yeah.
and Julius Randle, he's not Sengun. I told
Uh,
everybody before this series started, we're going to have issues with Julius Randle.
yeah.
Like Draymond can't guard Julius Randle.
Yeah.
So it is what you can say all that defense in the world. You can say all that you want to. Draymond cannot guard Julius Randle. Like Julius
No,
Randle
you
has been
can't, bro.
torching
That's a fact.
anybody on the damn Warrior team.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with that.
You can guard them players that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Sengun is a scary player, according to Draymond. If you put Draymond up against them scary players, of course he can guard them. When you put him up against a dog, though, he
Right.
struggles. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if you punch him back and you play ball and you really get him, yeah. I mean, Draymond can be
Right.
had. Now, Draymond
Right.
will still compete. He'll make some good plays here and there.
Yeah, he
But
gonna compete for sure.
but
But
Julius,
he's outmatched though.
well, because Randall is listen. I mean, Randall is to me a very, very high skillful big man, right? He plays the four.
Yeah.
He can shoot it. He can play the mid range game. He can play bully ball. And with all that being said, Leezy, he's left handed. You feel me? I mean,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like he's a tough matchup. So
He a tough matchup. And remember in the summer when they made this trade, nigga, I say the trade is damn near even. And I might think that Minnesota won the trade, to be honest with you.
it's good to see the Knicks and the Minnesota reaping. Listen, I think that was a trade that really helped both teams. And a lot of times trades are like one-sided, but this was a trade where people were like, okay, but it really benefited both teams, bro. Honestly.
Yeah. It benefited both teams.
Yeah,
It benefited both
yeah,
teams,
for
period.
sure. Yeah, both teams. So I don't know. We'll see if the Warriors can
Shit, we might get a motherfucker. We might get that. That might be a finals. We might get that in the finals.
That would be crazy. Yeah,
Crazy work.
That would be crazy, but yeah. And then we'll see what Denver does tomorrow. Joker is underperforming, bro. He ain't playing horrible, but he's not playing up to standard.
Yesterday was his best game in the whole playoffs.
Offensively, it was, bro. Defensively, he was just as bad.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's never going to be great defensively.
Yeah.
But offensively, he had a Joker type game where he was high efficient. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, some of those shots he made late in the top of the key, I was like, okay.
Looking like the shots he hit against the Lakers a couple years ago.
Facts. Yeah, yeah. Versus AD stepping back, fading away.
But that still wasn't good enough. So guess what? That's all you gonna get from Joker. You ain't getting no 50 burgers or no 60 burgers. So he could get another 40 point. You could get another 40 and still lose. So really, how impactful is he? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't buy into that Joker shit, bro.
I don't buy into that shit either, bro. Yeah. But OKC is getting anything they want in the paint, bro. Anything. It's like an open highway lane to the back.
Just like the Clippers did. And that's why I'm disappointed in James Harden, because every time James Harden drove to the motherfucking rack, he got a layup. So
yeah, he did.
I don't get it. He just not built like that. He just kind of folds under the brightest lights, like you always say. Just the pressure of the moment, bro. It's too big for him.
It's too big, bro. Some guys just can't take it. Yeah, some guys can't.
Some guys can't take it, bro. But hey, they gonna be all gravy though.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. The postseason has been good, outside of the injuries with Tatum and Steph. That's been a little disappointing, but there's been some good close games, teetering back and forth, where your players got to play and you kind of see who's who. So I've appreciated that. Like, I appreciate some of those Warriors Golden State games, but yeah, man, like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but shit, I don't know. The Warriors, it might be a wrap for them. In my opinion, the Celtics still can win. You got an all-star and a finals MVP on your team, nigga. You should still be able to get it done with that and the rest of the talent on your team, because we know that Drew Holiday can elevate his game offensively. He's just playing in a role right now.
Yeah.
And they just got to stop shooting so many damn threes. They can get anything they want, really, on the Knicks defense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They really could. Yeah, they really
That's
could.
why I say these teams, bro, they just do the dumbest shit, and then it's a narrative at the end when they don't win. I knew Cleveland was going to fold because Donovan Mitchell not like that. I've been telling motherfuckers since Utah Donovan Mitchell wasn't like that. He fake injuries every time he know that he don't have enough to get it done. He does that shit every single year. Every year.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Cleveland, you know what's funny too, bro? Game 2, when we knew Evan wasn't going to play or DeAndre Hunter, Darius Garland, you got an injured toe, nigga, and you can't wrap it up and play basketball, bro. Like, you left Donovan out there all by himself. And see, for me, game 2 was the changing of this series, bro. When the Cavs lost game 2, I knew that it was probably going to be over, even though I still said they were 4 straight games, and I was wrong. But come on, bro. Like, what happened from game 2 to game 3 with Darius, DeAndre, and Evan that they couldn't play in game 2? It was like a 2-day difference. So you waited a day and then you played, but you didn't play 2 days before because the pain was just what? Was it too much? Bro, this era is soft, and I don't respect it, man.
Super soft. Yeah, I can't respect it either, bro. These niggas is trash cans.
Yeah, I don't respect it, bro. Yeah, I don't respect it. I mean, you got dudes sending out playoff games, bro, and your team is down 0-1, and you on the bench just keying and fucking smiling and shit, man. Like, everything's okay. While 2 of your other starters is right next to you, and you talking about your toe hurt. I don't respect it, bro. Can't do it, man. I don't
respect it, yeah.
Respect it, bro. You feel me? Kobe, listen, you got to cut Kobe's leg off for him to miss a game, bro. Kobe played with a torn ligament on his shooting hand in the finals. You think he gonna complain over a goddamn toe? Wrap it up, put some lidocaine B on it or some Toradol, and nigga, let's go hoop. Like
let's go hoop. Period. Point blank. These niggas is soft, bro.
Yeah, man. All right, man. I'm about to head out. I'm about to meet some friends and watch these games and see how shit go, man. But yeah, I'll check in again, T-Price. But salute to you, Leezy.
For sure. Salute, man. Y'all enjoy that.
For sure, big dog.
Yes, sir.
this game in about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, salute everybody. You feel me? T Prism, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and donate. You know what I'm saying? It's Cash App is in the ticker. Make sure y'all spread love and show love the right way, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a little bit go a long way. So whatever you can contribute, you feel me? And guess what? A like is equally as good. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get the real content out. So appreciate everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the panel. Make sure y'all show y'all love and support, man. You feel me? But we got two game fives tonight. Knicks hold a 3-1 series lead over the Boston Celtics with game 5 back in the Boston Garden or the TD Garden, excuse me. And Minnesota Timberwolves hold a 3-1 lead over the Golden State Warriors with game 5 in the Target Center back in Minnesota, Minneapolis. So it should be some really good games tonight. You know what I'm saying? These series have been kind of competitive. With the Knicks coming back from double-digit deficits in every game in this series, how they have a 3-1 lead, it is mind-boggling, even though we've seen, Boston just really play a style of basketball that's not conducive to winning. And as far as the Warriors and the Timberwolves go, it's just been unfortunate luck for the Warriors with one of the best players in league history going down with a groin injury in game 1. They were still able and managed to win that game despite Steph Curry exit early on in that game. But was that game 1 or game 2? I forgot what game he got injured. He got injured in game 2, right? And didn't play in game 3 and 4. I think that's right. But anyway, he's injured. He hasn't been able to, give them any kind of help. So it's next man up mentality. Jonathan Kuminga has came in Steph Curry's place and provided a spark off the bench, even though I feel like he should start. But I guess that's not the way that this thing goes. So I think if the Warriors want to extend this series, they need to start Jonathan Kuminga and play him heavy minutes because he's still 21 years old, one of the youngest on the team. So if they want to come back in this series, it's going to have to start and end with Kuminga and Jimmy Butler. Draymond is going to be who he's going to be. The role players are going to be who they're going to be. They're going to get their shots and opportunities. They have to make them shots. Podziemski has to knock down those shots. You know what I'm saying? And then GP2, when he has scoring opportunities, you know what I'm saying?
You know what would be nice, though, too?
You feel me?
If they did not trade my boy, they didn't trade the homie.
Who?
If they had Jordan Poole, it would be a whole
yeah. If they ain't trade my boy, if they ain't trade Poole, party of this series would be, come on, man. Warriors will blow through the Western Conference. Come on, man. Jordan Poole go get you 30 real quick. But they say, he don't play defense. I'm like, come on, bro. None of the best players in the NBA play defense. I hate when people try to use that as a reason why to get rid of somebody or to try to make a case why that person, why he ain't on the team no more. That makes no sense. Austin Reeves is trash. We see Luka and the Joker don't play no damn defense. They still on their team. So what? Like, I don't want to hear that. This is all because of Steph to protect Steph Curry career, bro. That's all it is. It's just to protect Steph Curry.
Though, but they pray. They said yes. They said today on First Take it wasn't his fault. No, how was it not his fault? Look at all the points that's been scored in the paint. Why are you standing down there?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Boston about
if your center cannot protect the paint and protect the rim, then that's disrespectful to the guards because you're asking the guards to be superhuman and be offensive minded and defensive minded. That's not fair if you're only asking all other players that come in the game outside of your best player to play both ends of the court, and then this player gets a pass and he only got to play one end of the court. That's really being a selfish player. If you can't help your teammates on the backside, you know what I'm saying, of a defensive, you feel me? Then it's a wrap.
They got Reggie Miller on the 1s and 2 tonight. I wonder if Reggie Miller gonna say year 23 when he get on the NBC network.
You already know he is. Man, this dude, look at the way he ties his shoe, man. That's just unbelievable at 45 years old. I'm like, Reggie Miller, shut the hell up, please. Goodness gracious.
I don't think he will, because NBC set a standard. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up, they set a standard. That's how we know about all these different teams and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how we knew about the benches. We just knew about all the teams, the coaches, how everybody likes to play. Every team had a different playing style. They ain't just ain't like that no more. Or man, Horford bricks a 3-pointer. There's Bridges. He attacks White. Got him in the paint. Backing him down. Barbecue chicken. Fade away. Cash. Knicks lead 2-0. Here's Jaylen Brown. Now people say Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. He got a chance to prove it tonight. Well, he got a chance to do it. It's the rest of the playoffs. If they come back and win, allegedly, we'll see. And it's stolen. Here come Brunson. Dribble up, 3-pointer. No good. And it's just 3-pointer. I just can't stand 3-pointers on a fast break now. It ain't, as Derek White, he is on fire. He hits a 3-pointer. As Brunson gets it deflected. His Karl Anthony Towns got Drew Holiday on him. Why are you way out there? Go in the paint. You want to still stay out there on the perimeter, man? Go, take Drew Holiday down to the paint. That's why you almost got stripped. And Josh Hart gets fouled by Drew Holiday. You don't take your big self down there, and big man still take yourself down low. You asking for the basketball at the 3-point line with Drew Holiday on you. Come on, man. They said all the networks posting articles about Steph Curry return in Game 6. Stay tuned. Yep, we're going to stay tuned.
That must mean they gonna let them niggas win tonight. That's all that mean. If you're talking about Game 6, nigga, and Game 5 ain't even played yet, that's how I know they finna rig this shit up for the Warriors. So anybody trying to make some money, take the Warriors on the money line.
It's James Brown gets a bucket. Back in the day, they was able to hide it. Now it's so good. It's right in front of our face, right in plain sight. People still can't see it.
Right. They put that shit right in front of your face.
It's Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Towns just pissed me off, man. He asking for the basketball at the 3-point line. You got Drew Holiday guarding you on the perimeter. You don't take yourself down low with that matchup.
No comment. Nigga's an idiot, bro. That's why Karl Anthony Towns never did maximize his potential in motherfucking Minnesota. Because of that reason right there, he want to motherfucking shoot threes instead of just getting into the paint. He didn't shoot 1 3 in motherfucking Kentucky. I didn't even know he could shoot, to be honest with you. Everything he did was in the paint.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Perry wasn't having that crap.
Right. He wasn't having that
He'll
shit.
get down low.
Right, that part.
Yeah, I missed the dialogue, man. I had to go. I gotta rewind the tapes like Johnson on this string. I ain't know what Monson and Ron John was talking about.
They wasn't talking about shit. They were just talking about Cooper Flagg and Daniel Gafford. They was talking about what number 1 pick that you ever seen that has not started on an NBA team. And then they were saying, or Ron Tom was saying that Daniel Gafford is the odd man out, so they're going to trade him. Maz was saying, what do you need to trade Daniel Gafford for that we've never seen a number one pick be drafted to a team that was already a championship caliber team either. So you feel what I'm saying? So that's all it was. So Ron Tom was just saying they're gonna start what's the name, and they're gonna look to trade Daniel Gafford. And Miles was saying, what do you need to trade Daniel Gafford for? Daniel Gafford, you can still use Daniel Gafford and bring Cooper Flag off the bench because he doesn't feel Cooper Flag should start over PJ Washington or any one of those players that are proven veterans on that roster. So they're going to have to work in Cooper Flag slow. I don't think it's something that you can just be, okay, Cooper, lead us to the championship. You have Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. That's enough, in my opinion, to get it done right there with all the other pieces that surround it. So they're going to have to work Cooper Flag in, like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to work him in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I see Cooper Flag and PJ Washington play the same position.
I mean, but I think when it comes to the three, I think in due time, I think Cooper end up, but Washington, they do play the same position, but they do need consistency on that 3-man, you know what I mean, on that wing. And
right.
I just got to see more for Cooper, because a lot of people didn't know that Stephon Couch could do what he do. You know what he did this year. Because he didn't do it at UConn, but we know all the Duke players get that hype though. Every white player get that hype. It's just a known fact. We've seen it too many times already. Especially they went to Duke. Boston already got 3 turnovers already. Brunson, float game over. Man, they call timeout. Knicks look like they're standing on business tonight.
Are they?
They up 9-8. They smell blood, allegedly. But at the same time, like, I know I wanted to talk about tonight's games and stuff, but when it comes to the Warriors, it would have been good to see Steph Curry. But I don't want people to take away, that like, and I don't like to use injuries as an excuse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got hurt, but then at the same time, even I like Steph Curry. I think he's the best player in his generation. That's just my honest opinion. But I picked the Timberwolves to beat them even with Steph. So I ain't, I don't switch up on my picks.
Yeah,
you know
me too.
So
I thought Houston was going to beat this shit.
Nah, I didn't think Houston was going to beat them because of Jalen Green. I didn't. Shout out to my boy Greenleaf. I don't trust that dude. Man, I can't trust the dude that paints his fingernails, bro.
I feel that on that though, but I still thought that they had enough to win.
They need to sign Greenleaf to a contract. I bet you Greenleaf will play better than Jalen Green.
Salute! Shout out to Greenleaf. Shout out to Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to my boy Green. Hey, Green, you still hooping, man? You still dunking on niggas, Green? Almost see some tape.
Green out here dunking on niggas. I need to see tape to believe that.
Yeah, Green may be hooping all the time.
Yeah, I hoop too. I'm gonna go to Houston. I'm gonna go fuck with Green one time.
They keep on. I mean, I didn't think he should have been Player of the Year. I thought Player of the Year should have went to Broom. But then again, I was surprised how he won it by that many votes and stuff too. I was like, wow.
Who?
Cooper Flag.
Right.
Player
It's
of the
no
year.
way he should have won it by that many votes over
Mm-hmm.
Broom. Broom went to the motherfucking motherfucking national championship, bro. Or no. Went to the final four, right? Oh, they was in the final four with Duke, so.
Mm-hmm. And you
But
remember they lost
still,
the head.
though,
They lost the head, and he lost the head-to-head matchup when they lost at Duke.
yeah. Hold on, who won that head-to-head matchup out of Auburn and Duke?
Duke won it. Remember, because Duke played at Auburn. Auburn played at Duke.
Auburn played at Duke. That's why. That's probably why they gave it that nod for the National Player of the
Mm-hmm.
Year.
And
Because
that's
he
the only
beat
thing
him
I
head
can
to
think
head.
about.
Because
Other than
Broom was
that, bro was
crazy. He
good.
was crazy good, bro.
Mm-hmm. And he improved every single year.
Every single year he improved. He did for sure didn't do this shit last year. If he would have played like this last year, they probably would have won the Natty.
And not only that, he played out of position this year. He normally played the 4. This senior year, he played the 5.
Yeah, he was more
Playing the
primary
5.
down there in the middle. Yeah.
9 is this year. This past season, he was playing the 4.
Yeah, I seen that.
That Auburn team was nasty though, bro. I was surprised they didn't. I thought it was gonna be them and I thought it was gonna be I thought they was gonna get their lit back on Florida, but Florida's had other answers.
Yeah.
And Houston, man, like man, they can't.
Shit, didn't Florida just get somebody raw in the transfer portal?
Mm-hmm.
Who did they get? I forgot.
I gotta look it up.
It was somebody good, though. I remember.
Y'all gotta get the ball in. Y'all just got the ball in. But I remember y'all was talking about Minnesota, the trade, and honestly, I thought Minnesota won the trade. Just for me personally, I really thought they won it. But to see
Me
both of
too.
them where they at right now, you can't
Right. It
complain
looked like
about
it's an
that.
even trade, to be honest with you, but I still like Julius Randle over
Oh,
Karl Anthony Towns. And that's just
I like
me.
Julius. I never killed Julius Randle, man, because I remember
Ever.
Wilson like, man, get this nigga. I'm like, dude, like, this is his first time in this moment, bro. Like when the players like that's why I say it's a learning situation for Shea. Like, everybody just think it's just gonna go easy peasy. You have to learn. You have to learn how to win to get to that level to win.
You gotta learn how to win, bro.
Man, every time I look at Josh Hart, I just get more. And Julius Randle was smart. He left LA before Jay Reed. He must heard the news in advance. It's like, nah, he ain't gonna trade me.
He ain't gonna trade me.
Derek White for 3.
The Lakers,
So
they
quiet.
ruined their organization, bro. I'm disappointed that they did that because you
Man,
know
it's
me,
a
I grew
laughing
up a
stock.
Laker. I grew up Laker Warriors in Chicago, but you niggas is trash cans.
And that's the longest he ever stayed with a team, too. I'm like, dude, you've been there 8 years, bro. Go.
Who?
Jay Reed.
Wow. He did. He been with the Lakers 8 years
He been there since
and only
what?
got a Mickey Mouse ring to show for it. 2017. That's
2008.
right.
From 2000, yo. Yep.
Wow.
That's what I've been saying forever. His tenure has been an epic failure. Despite what his fanboys and people that's paid off in the media will say.
Epic failure. No other superstar had that much of an epic failure. You know what I'm saying? In their tenure with the
You gotta help
Lakers.
to stay your career,
Come on, bro.
if you ask me. Because
Yeah.
check this out,
Whole
Lizzie.
career manufactured. Shit.
Oh, we about to go there. So manufactured. Well, we just keep it buck here. He's the only superstar that I seen. I did it my way. You did it my way, and look what you did. When you did it your way, compared to everybody else, you think I should just? That's I understand. Like a lot of people thinking and all that stuff. And for the last and umpteenth time, don't send me. Hey, people already know this about me. I do not rank players. Okay. I don't care who says about what about Kobe or any other greats. To have LeBron James mentioned over anybody else that really played the game is totally disrespectful and a smack in the face to the game of basketball. And he need to get Kareem back his basketball too.
Fact.
Give it to him while he's alive too.
Big facts.
He could take his son with him. No disrespect. He got to go.
Them niggas gotta go.
As my boy Tubal said in his video, ain't your son holding up a roster spot? It ain't fun when the rabbit has the gun.
Right, that part. Niggas is trash cans.
I've been watching that dude whole career, but he never was the best player on his team, bro. He never was.
Yeah,
I don't care what he did in the McDonald's All-American game. That don't mean nothing to me. Maybe see how many dudes. What's that dude? What's that dude's name for back in the day for Miami? I think his name was Willie Burton, if I ain't mistaken. When he scored 50 points back in the day.
Is that who that was?
Yeah, I think his name was Willie Burton. Burton was a nice player, but I mean, he put a 50. That's when he played for the Miami Heat.
Right.
Man, why they got to dribble just to get a jumper? He made it. Jaylen Brown hits a 3.
They garbage as hell. They out here tricking the damn game off.
Ooh, Josh Hart got bloody. Ooh.
He did?
He got bloody. Josh Hart.
He got bloody?
Oh my gosh. He split. His split is wide open.
Where at though?
Yep.
What, his eye?
Right his face. Yeah, he bloody up. You know, Josh Hart, a warrior. That's a second on that, but fuel him.
Yeah.
No, Jaylen Brown was like, man, he hit me in my.
Jaylen Brown, bro, he be playing like a J-Cat sometimes. He be doing a little dirty shit. That's why him and Steph Curry. Remember when Steph Curry, he got into it with Steph Curry and he was a rookie? And Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, got mad at him.
I like Jaylen Brown because he actually improved every single year.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that. But sometimes I be looking at the antics though. I be like, why these niggas be playing like that? Like how he hurt, how he ran up under Jason. He ran up under who he ran up under on the jumper? Up under one of them players.
I can't remember. I know you're talking about though.
He stepped right up underneath. I think it was what's the name? Jalen Brunson. I'm like, why would you step right up underneath the guy, bro? Like, I can't respect that. 25.
It's like he's got him in his eye. It looks like right, man. It looks like he just got him. It looks like he got hit with. Oh, you can.
Damn.
They still try to stop the blood. They finally just. He got to change his shorts. His shorts got blood on it.
Damn.
I can't. Whenever the games do come on TNT, fam, and Reggie Miller is on the ones and twos, even though I do love Kevin Harlan as an analyst, I still can't listen to it.
Yeah, I love Kevin Harlan.
Got him in the old school video game. I got NBA Live '04. And guess who's on the ones and twos? Kevin Harlan. That was when EA Sports was running things at the time. It's in the game. Oh, he hit him in that. Is that a natural motion? He was screaming at the officials to take a look at that. It was incidental contact. Okay. I'm surprised Josh Hart became a great free throw shooter yet. He's average. I think he should be better.
You said Josh Hart?
Josh Hart.
What's the name also? Jaylen Brown is really not a good free throw shooter either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so.
He took a shot to the groin. Yeah, they split him. They split him wide open.
They gave him the liggity splits.
Man.
The liggity splits.
I ain't gonna lie, that been a Nova team, man. That Nova team was nice, bro. That Nova team was nice. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. When they played my Kansas Jayhawks, bro, man, I was like, dude, everything. I was like, man, and my boy was like, man, I got a homie. He's just like you, man. He used to be like, man, they got madness in them balls, bro. He was going for Villanova. He's like, ain't no way. Dudes coming off the bench and they were just killing threes. And then by the time Kansas did get back in the game, it was too late. They was already up. Man, them boys could not miss. Dudes was coming off the bench making threes. I'm like, God dang, they just fresh off the bench and they making 3 balls. I was like, it ain't going good.
Big facts. Bro, I'm gonna come back in. I just got off work, so but I'm gonna come back. Fuck with you.
All right, bro.
I'm gonna do the Warrior game too after this.
All right. I'm gonna say what's up. You know, I don't gotta work tomorrow, so.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, hold it down, bro. You can come fuck with me on the Warrior game.
I'll come through and say what's up. You know, I go night early, nigga.
No, I forgot. Yeah, shit. I need to start getting my damn sleep too.
Because I'm the type, I don't nap or anything, bro. But once I'm up, I'm up.
Yeah. I
if
feel
I
you
do
on
take
that.
a nap, I'll be up all night. I don't want that. When I crash, I want to crash. Oh my gosh, that was a bowling ball in that mug.
Hell yeah.
Mitchell
So hold it down, bro. And I'm gonna talk to you in a second.
Alrighty. Boston up by 3. 23-20. You got Jaylen Brown. Call for screen, get a Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard crossing over Bridges. Got a good defense by Bridges. Peyton Pritchard, step back 3. Short. Gets his own offensive rebound. Baseline jumper. No good. Rebound, Mitchell Robinson. Here come McBride. He gets a screen. McBride to Brunson. Flocating off the glass. No good. Mitchell Robinson tips. No good. Save by the Celtics. Now here comes Peyton Pritchard. You know, he gets the Jaylen Brown. Got McBride on him. McBride called for a foul. What? That wasn't even no foul right there. He beat him to the spot. That was a bad call. Hey, what's up? What's up, my boy Polo, man? Julius ran destroyed open gym 12 years ago here. Hey, Julius, hey, I don't know why people used to be on like, dude, like that dude, man. He got everything that you want in a player. He got size. He's 6'9". He can handle, rebound. He can initiate. He can create offense, initiate offense. Oh, Bimbo Coles. Yeah, Bimbo Coles was cold too. Hey, Polo, they been saying I was capping too, though, man. Hey, Polo, they said I've been capping too because I had Steph Curry over. Dude, I don't care about them accolades and stuff like that because all accolades they created equal. But look what KD and Steph Curry was doing when KD signed with the Warriors and what they were saying on ESPN. We can't give it to you. You play with three other Hall of Famers on your team, but they gave it LeBron when he had two other All NBA players on his team. Let's see. And I think Shea Gilgeous should have won 2 in a row too. Jokic is good. I give his credit. Jokic's okay. He's good. He's good, but they be acting like this dude be going against the top. You know, that acting like it's a '90s edition where every team got a big man. Nah, man. This dude, you know, he does rebound good. I give him all that. His offense is great. I give all that, but his defense is trash. It's just really trash, man. We got to see what it's hitting for, man. Just 7 in a row, so I finally got 2 days off. Even though last week I still did a stream. I still went to work both days. Excuse me. All right. We're going to see what they're going to do. It's Jaylen Brown. He gets a screen. 3 ball by Hauser. No good. Bridges with the rebound. Gives it to Brunson. Down by 3. Brunson. Jaylen Brown taking him on defense. Here's Anunoby. Give it to Bridges on the baseline. Float game. No good. Mitch Robinson tip and he throw it down. Second effort. Throw it down. That's a great. Best of peace, Bill Walton would say. It's Pritchard from way downtown. He's on fire. 26-22. Here come the Knicks. Here's Brunson with House on him. He gets a screen. Now you got Porzingis on him. He passes out McBride. Corner 3. He's on fire. It's Deuce McBride out of West Virginia. Porzingis from way downtown. No good. Tip out. I can't stand when players tip it. Just grab it with both hands. Hauser shoots another 3 in the corner. He's on fire. Celtics are 7 of 14 from 3. The Knicks are 3 of 8. Here's Brunson. Dribbling. He dribbling his whole shot clock away. I can't stand play. Now you want to pass it. Bridges. Mid-range, no good. Mitchell Robinson gets fouled, and he gets intentionally fouled by Luke Cornett out of Vanderbilt. Hauser went to Iowa. There's Mitchell Robinson, who shoots 37%, something like that, from the free throw line. He makes the first one. They're doing the Hacker Robinson. Second free throw was good. (27-29). He's down in Obley. He gets a screen. Pushed off. Step back three. He's on fire. The Knicks up by 1. 29.4 seconds. Hit the like, share, subscribe. Here's Jaylen Brown. Bridges all on him. We got about 5 seconds differential. Jaylen Brown staring him down. Porzingis with the screen. He flashes to the paint. Mitchell Robinson grabbed all ball, what they call a foul. That look like I gotta see that play again because he looked like he grabbed all ball. They ain't gonna show the replay. Okay. Porzingis averaging 5 points, 20%, and 4 rebounds. Lord have mercy. But he always been hurt though. Not what everybody been saying. Just like he's been hurt. Like, so he was hurt when he was in down. Everywhere he played at, he's been hurt. As the Knicks is up by 1. And there's one more free throw, and after this, I'm about to shut it down and finish watching the game until I fall asleep. Because I feel it. Rest up and come back at it in the morning. Bright and early. As Porzingis go to the free throw line. He misses the free throw. He makes 1 out of 2, so we got a tie ball game. Tied up at 30. Here's Brunson. He gets a screen. Brunson, 5. Gets another screen. Brunson. Nice pass to Bridges to the paint. And he gets a layup. And we got a 32-30 game. Pritchard with the heave. No good. And we got a 32-30 ball game. The Knicks is up by 2. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Shout out to everybody coming through. Shout out to Ron John. Shout out to my boy, a.k.a. Twin, my boy, Mr. Moss, for coming through, man. And shout out to my boy, Real Easy, man. Hey, if I don't be able to come in the chat room and spit it, you know I'm about to be out. I'm about to be out. We'll do an early morning streamer in the morning and chop it up at 9 o'clock West Coast time in the AM. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good weekend. Hey, Jay Reed, while you home, Jay Reed, nursing your MCL and everything like that. Just get Kareem back. Just call Kareem and just just get Kareem back his basketball back, man. That's all you got to do. We all know you don't deserve it. Just get Kareem back his basketball, man. Just say you had a change of heart, and come out with your confessions and we want to give it to him while he's alive. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I find it also very interesting that they wait to Pete Rose been gone, and then now they don't want to reinstate him into baseball. It doesn't make any sense. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good Wednesday night. We'll catch me a little church. Catch me a little service right now, and I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be good out there. I don't care what y'all do, just hit the like button, and we'll talk about the games tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. AJ Reed, get the man back his basketball, man.